Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wassalatu wassalam ala ashraful anbiya wa mursaleen. Nabiyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'een. It's Friday, sitting outside of the masjid and just wanted to check in about coming up on Ramadan. Ramadan will be starting in about 3 weeks. So now, because of the COVID revolution, for lack of a better word, we're trying to figure out exactly how to do Ramadan in a time of COVID. And it's really reminded me of Ramadan as a kid in the 80s. So in the 80s, the masjids were spread out. So for us to get to a masjid, outside of once a week or so, once every 2 weeks, you had to do some journeys, some distance. We didn't live right by the masjid. And our masjid didn't do the 5 daily prayers. They did like Juma and Sunday Talim and maybe kids class on the weekend. And our Ramadan, a lot of it was, my dad teaching us how to call the adhan, and us calling the adhan and praying together, reading the Quran after Fajr together. We used to do that even when it wasn't Ramadan. To sit in a little circle in the living room and everybody read from the Quran. And I don't like reading in front of people today. So even when I was a kid, that was tough. But it gave me a chance to actually hear and see my parents, my dad and my stepmom, the reverence they have for the Book of Allah. And I think that now that's something that we might really think about resurrecting. I know that they're saying they might lift everything in May 3rd. But even with them saying that, I don't know how comfortable people will be just coming back and being in big crowds at the masjid. So definitely, I would suggest that we pray with our families, like call the adhan in the house, try to read a juz of Quran together in the morning after Fajr. And, people, if you're not working, you get to rest up more. And then, make iftar together with your family. If it's you and your wife, you and your kids, you, your wife and your stepkids, you, your husband and your stepkids. But everybody should try to do jama'ah at home in a group in Ramadan if things are still like they are now. If things open up, we're going to have to discuss, cleanliness at the masjid. Ramadan is like always a trying time for the people who try to keep the masjid clean. Because, the Muslims as a group are clean, but the standard deviation, some of the Muslims, they ain't that. They're like, they some funky people sometimes. Like, some of the Muslims. So we're going to have to definitely put in, new rules about sanitizing the masjid and making sure that the masjid carpet, the wudu areas are clean during services and for the 5 daily prayers, so that we just get into a routine of the masjid being clean. People shouldn't just come to the masjid and pray and never. Some brothers I've been seeing for years, they don't clean up nothing though. Like they'll eat and run. They'll come, eat, leave their food underneath a chair or something, head on out the door. But so now, everybody, we got to have a conscious effort of being cleaner once the masjid returns to being open. But until then, we should be praying as a family. We should, we should be having a little study circle for Arabic with our young kids, since the Sunday schools aren't open. And you'll see that a lot of times they'll progress faster because it'll be more than just once or twice a week. And Allah knows best. So those are just some of the thoughts that I was thinking about. People have other ideas. We could come together in Oakland and just do something like a Zoom, a Zoom meeting about how to do Ramadan in our homes, and how to do Ramadan, or how to keep the masjid sanitary once the masjid reopens. And Lighthouse, mashallah, man, we had some good iftars over the years. The Senegalese, I want to give shout out to the Senegalese community, because they will be putting it on. Know what I'm saying? They would do their thing. So shout out to the Senegalese brothers and sisters. Shout out to all of the different restaurants that used to cater for us. Shout out to all of the Muslim brothers and sisters who cooked and cleaned and actually kept the masjid functioning. Big shout out to Brother Muhammad Mahdi, Brother Huwitsu, Brother Jabari, Brother Hanif, for security at the masjid in Ramadan. Can't forget Brother Targ and Brother Che, man. Them brothers been holding it down on the security front. And I was looking forward to this Ramadan, because the encampment is gone. Last 3 or 4 years we had that encampment, but Allah got a plan for everything and everybody. So if in the comments, if you guys want to talk about things that we could do going forward, if you got good ideas and constructive criticisms, please go ahead and hit it up. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.